full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, pam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left. left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, Yo, they just zapped him.
I want to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires
American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. Here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah, Justice, Wisconsin. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, the wonderful. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke from Monday through Friday. Trying to bring the city hope. Tory Lowe, the wonderful. Monday through Friday, let's go. We about that action from the block, and we ready. Let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready for wonderful Monday through Friday. Let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready. Let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio, and I'm here for the action. And nothing but that action. And I want all the smoke. Who wants the smoke today? Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues. The movement continues. How you doing, Benjamin? Amazing. And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land? Truth Nation. Thank you for joining me this March 11th, 2025. We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm going to need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Hey, look, this March, Benjamin, we've been talking about self-care. Self-care been the theme. Taking care of yourself. You know, you always used to tell me, Tori, you got to take a little time to yourself. Well, I'm practicing it, Benjamin. I got to practice in, and March on the Tory Lowe Show is self-care awareness. In March, we got to get it in early. We got the rest of the year. We got a long year ahead of us. So let's march our way into self-care, Benjamin. Now, I've been going over a couple things that I felt that would help, a couple tips at the beginning of the show this month. So every time I get on at the beginning of this month, I'm going to have something for y'all, little nuggets, little things that y'all can add to yourself if you have not already done it. But I want to concentrate on diet, Benjamin, because this is one of the things when it comes to self-care, you got to pay attention to the diet. You can't say you practicing self-care and you know what I mean? You practicing ideas that might give you the sugar. You might get the sugar. Eating donuts for breakfast. I don't know. I don't know what y'all eat for breakfast, but your diet is a part of self-care. Now, I'm making adjustments right now, tell you the truth. I mean, I've been sticking to it, and I'm going through it, Benjamin. I've been sticking to the diet, but I'm going through it because I want some of these things that maybe, not to say that you shouldn't have, but you should have it in moderation. It should be done in moderation. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I was one of those people that would, if I got up early in the morning and things was busy, I would grab me a donut and a coffee. I would grab a couple, donuts and a coffee and keep it moving, keep it pushing. Putting it in my system early in the morning. But I'm starting to realize that you got to give yourself a chance by eating a balanced diet, having a balanced diet. So I know it sounds common sense, DJ not Brotha Z, but Benjamin. I know it sounds like common sense to eat well, but how many, now I'm going to ask you a question, Benjamin. How many minerals do you need a day in the body, like nutrients and things like that? It's like, that pill, that multivitamin from A to Z? Like, we got to have so many minerals in our body a day. Are we getting those minerals?
No.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So, do you take a multivitamin, Benjamin?
Nah, bro, I stay away from the multivitamins.
Why? I mean, they say you need so many, minerals in the body, and if we have a deficiency, you may start coming up with some health issues.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, Tory. Like, okay, yeah, that's one thing that the doctor says.
Right.
That's kind of like Western medicine.
Yeah, it is. It is Western medicine.
It is. And I'm not gonna say that there's no truth to it, but I personally try to get a lot of my vitamins and minerals from the foods that I eat. And that's what I try to go for, because, like, my thing is, like, okay, look, if I go and get the multivitamins from the store, how do I know that's really in there? You know what I'm saying? How do I really know the vitamin A is in it?
It was an article that said that they was putting sawdust and all. Yeah, it could get tricky. Trying to stretch it out.
Yeah,
it could get tricky. But you can get the vitamins and minerals through your diet, right?
No, that's very true. Like, I was trying to urge Truth Nation last week to start eating a lot more seafood, right? Like, one of the things that Americans are deficient in is omega-3 fatty foods. We need that truly to be able to grow the brain. Without omega-3 fatty foods, we may or may not have even gotten as smart as we are today as humans have evolved.
Right.
We need fish. We need seafood.
Well, they say that the physical benefits of a good diet, balanced diet, it boosts the energy.
It does.
Yeah, especially when you get up in the morning, because you do the morning show.
I do the morning show.
Full of energy.
Yeah. I gotta get
full of energy, getting everybody get up in the morning getting ready for work, getting ready for their task.
Right.
What do you eat for breakfast? I mean, what fuels Benjamin?
Me. No.
I believe that. I believe you meant that.
No, you know what though? It is kind of my personality, but to even get me into the motion of doing my show, and getting the energy right so I can do General Juice with Carrie Nutting Juice each and every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., I have to eat an apple. Have to eat an apple and have to eat a banana. And if I can, I'll get my hands on some sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds?
Yeah, sunflower seeds, man. Sunflower seeds sit in the sun each and every day. That's how they actually are born, so to speak, for lack of better words. You eat those, and allegedly, they're supposed to be able to boost your mood, make you a little bit more happier, because they've been in the sun all day. Same thing with an apple. So it's like if you mix an apple with sunflower seeds, you end up creating like a superfood inside your stomach. Yeah, this is true. This is science.
Oh, wow. And so and your mood in the morning is important because I'll tell you this: when you wake up they used to say you can wake up on the wrong side of the bed. That means, basically, to me, that means you're waking up with an attitude problem.
Basically, you're already grumpy.
And how many people woke up today feeling like they on the wrong side of bed? But your diet is a part of that. If you eat something good in the morning, you feel better. Some of y'all got sugar rushes. I don't even know how sugary items became a part of breakfast.
America.
I look back on what we were taught, how they used to feed the kids cereal in the morning.
Right.
And full of sugar. And we used to be bouncing off the walls. At school, kids out of control. I used to wonder why kids would come in just screaming and yelling and things like that. It's because they was basically on a sugar rush.
Going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And they was trying to tell you. They was trying to tell you that if you feed your kids these Cocoa Puffs, they gonna act like this bird.
Right.
Oh, wow. Well, also having a balanced diet supports weight management. Weight management. A healthy diet helps maintain a healthy weight, reducing the risk of chronic diseases. Now, healthy weight may vary. I used to think that there was a one-size-fit-all idea for a healthy weight, but some people is big-boned. Some people just got some big bones. Everything, you got to make the adjustments. That's why you got to know your body. You got to know your body type. Many times when you go to get a checkup, you got to get all the checkups done on your blood type. You got to look at your family. You got to look at, the history of the DNA on your mom's side, and hopefully you can get some information on both sides, depending on how you grew up. But that all plays a factor.
So when we're talking about like body type, right?
Weight management.
There are different body types.
Right.
So did Lizzo?
Oh, wow.
Did she decrease her bone mass?
A lot of people say it's Ozempic. A lot of people say it was Ozempic. Hollywood went crazy on the Ozempic idea for the last, that's been going on. Ozempic been talked about for the last, 4 or 5 years now?
Fat Joe said he been on Ozempic since 2002.
That's what I'm saying. So is that really her doing something like physically, or is that a chemical-induced idea?
I think when we talking about Ozempic, it's definitely a chemical-induced idea, but the idea of like somebody being big-boned, is that just a false narrative?
I don't know. So listen, if you do your bones grow to fit the weight, or do your bones don't increase or get thicker because of the weight? That's the question.
That's a good question, Tory. And I guess we need a doctor, Dr. Fauci to call in.
Oh no, we definitely don't need Fauci to call in.
Need Fauci to call in, bro.
Because he'll switch it up after he get the job done.
Yeah, he just gonna tell you to get the job, you'll be okay.
All right, so check this out. So you're saying a person that weighs 100 pounds, the bone structure is the same as a person that weighs 300 pounds?
Honestly, that's
do you think that the bone structure is the same?
I believe the bone structure is the same, and then the body tries to overcompensate for other things. Like, for instance, a lot of bigger people that I end up seeing, for whatever reason, their calves get bigger, right? A lot of times the calves end up getting much bigger, and I think that's their body's way of overcompensating for the weight that they do have up top.
But you would think that somebody framework, if a 100-pound skeleton can support a 300 or 400-pound skeleton, you would think that would collapse at some point.
You would think that, but then again, you also got to remember that our bodies have been, made to withstand a lot of adversities as it goes through its life, as it goes through time. Through physicality and all these other things. Like, for instance, you got to think about the person who, again, like you just said, somebody with a 100-pound frame or whatever. Does that same body and skeleton, is that able to sustain somebody who's a 300-pound person? And the answer is yeah. Like, one of the hardest things that's even like man-made, so to speak, is our thigh bone. Our thigh bone can withstand thousands of pounds of pressure. I'm not saying that you should put it up against it. But at the same time, that's what it's made for. It's harder than concrete.
We got somebody in the chat, Travis the Matrix said, everybody got the same bones, there's no such thing as big boned.
Yeah, I really don't believe in that narrative, you know? I really don't. That's the same as like a trans person telling you that, hey, in order for them to transition from man into woman, now they bone density didn't decrease. You know, like I just don't believe
they
it.
is taking the pills.
I don't believe it though. That bone density gonna be that bone density. That stuff staying the same, my brother.
Well, I'm not gonna push back on it. I'm just here to ask the questions. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it just seems like you would think that the bone structure, due to the extra weight, would have to increase. As far as in just to manage the weight.
Right. Or like you said before, Tory, to manage your diet.
Not really. A city girl says, good afternoon. I love fruit for breakfast. She eats fruit for breakfast. Daisy says, I try to drink 50 grams of protein shake. That's what he does. Who else? Maurice M. says, I don't care what y'all say. Cocoa Puffs and honeycombs are my cereal kryptonites. Are the cereal kryptonites. All I'm saying is diet is a part of self-care. That's the point. That's all I was saying. And having a balanced diet does a lot of things. Boosts energy, supports weight management, promotes healthy decision. A diet rich in fiber and essential nutrients supports healthy digestion. Healthy digestion, also emotional benefits, improves the mood. A diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like Ben was saying, vitamin D and other essential nutrients, supports mental health. That's what Ben was talking about. He want the omega-3s. He need the mental health. He need the mental health benefits. Reduces stress and anxiety. Enhances cognitive function. A balanced diet, Benjamin, enhances cognitive function.
That makes sense, though, because you're able to think. Like, again, Tory, you asked me, how are you able to wake up each and every morning and come and do the show, right? It's because my cognitive function is actually functioning. You know, It means I got the proper amount of rest, because that goes into your diet as well. It means that when I woke up, I didn't have to deal with no BS. That goes into your diet
That does, the stress. We talked about all of these things.
Facts, like how you going to wake up on a good foot if as soon as you woke up, somebody hitting you with some bull? You know, already talking about bills, already talking about some kind of lawyer concept, or whatever the case may be. It's like, dog, I'm just waking up. My brain is just getting started. Like, I have to put my brain on an exercise, on a workout before I'm able to talk to you.
Right.
You know, so it's just one of those things where you got to make sure that you're maintaining your diet at all levels and cases.
Well, that's...
And I just want to throw this out there too, Tory. We had a caller call in who does x-rays and stuff. She went on to go say that a lot of the bigger people, they actually have really small bones.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what she said. She said that your bones don't change. Only time that they end up changing is over time as you grow older, your bones do grow weaker.
So
and all
basically all humans got the same skeletal system.
Same skeletal system, you know. I mean, male and female skeletal system.
Right, yeah.
You know, unless you go down to 101 gender.
Here we go. I thought we put an end to that. I thought we put an end to that. Hey, look, we gonna run the break. When we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's that time of year again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 12th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we will be cleaning up the city of Milwaukee. Also, to show our appreciation, everyone who joins gets a free lunch provided by Cousins Subs. Again, that is the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup on Saturday, April 12th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bring the whole family to clean up our city. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is presented by 1MKE and sponsored by Cousins Subs.
We expect our judges to be fair, impartial, to keep us safe. But Brad Schimmel cut plea deals with child pornographers. He blamed underage victims of sexual assault for their bad judgment. And Schimmel joined extreme MAGA Republicans in trying to ban abortion statewide, even for victims of rape and incest. Now he wants us to put him on the Supreme Court, where he could strip away our rights and be a rubber stamp for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Brad Schimmel, dangerous, extreme, and unfit for the Supreme Court. Judge Susan Crawford knows right from wrong and has spent her life keeping us safe. Crawford protected nursing home patients from identity theft and fought for the rights of workers across Wisconsin. Crawford will always protect our right to choose and is the check and balance we need against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. On April 1st, Judge Susan Crawford for Supreme Court. Paid for by Power to the Polls Action Fund, not authorized by any candidate or candidate's agent or committee.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Truth Nation, gear up for a great time as Sports Milwaukee hosts Milwaukee Tailgate Week, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Set for April 24th to the 26th, Milwaukee Tailgate Week features a variety of gridiron activations for all ages, steeped in Milwaukee's iconic sports history, attractions, brews, restaurants, and venues. As the 2025 draft takes center stage in Green Bay, Sports Milwaukee and the Cream City are excited to welcome the football world back to Wisconsin. For tickets, go to visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate. Brought to you by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Energy made this one. Yeah. Gangs. You already know what's going on. What? All right. Let's get those boys over everything. Free Rio. Yes, sir. Let's do it. I ain't got a problem sitting back while all these niggas at the bar. Hey, foreigners outside don't need no key to start the cart. Hey, I see haters in my rearview mirror when I park. Yeah, married to the game, I broke all my parts. Yeah, summer on the block with 30,000 in my shorts. Yeah, trophies on my neck and wrist.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Been jamming on the ones and twos. DJ Brotha Z out on assignment. Hey, look, I want to talk about this story where the track runner down in Virginia, the high school track runner, was hit upside the head with the baton. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I tried to get the apology up from the girl who hit the young woman with the baton. And the thing is, when I looked at her apology, or, you know, the family wanted an apology, they said they wanted an explanation. But so I went to see what the explanation was, and Benjamin, I don't know. I don't know about this apology. Maybe when we talk to Carrie Noni Juice, I want to ask Juice WRLD about what she think about this apology. But we got some video, if you're watching as we broadcast live on YouTube and social media. Let's listen.
And it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears intentional, but Alayla says it was accidental.
But I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I didn't have to see your first video, second video, 10th video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alayla.
If a person comes up on the outside, they got to be a full stride ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
The other family spoke with the news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alayla, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive, blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served with court papers.
And now we have to go to a city 3 hours away that everybody hates our guts already.
They're assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
VHSL says they
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Now, she's playing the victim here. She's playing the victim. The girl that swung the baton is actually playing the victim, saying that we don't know how she feels. They calling her ghetto. They saying all kinds of names and things like that. But Benjamin, can you, when you look at this video of the track meet, it looks like she's swinging off on this girl.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie, Truth Nation. When I watched the video, it looked like she had a vendetta against the girl she hit. Okay, because for one, you know, when you run a track, I understand, hey, you got a baton in your hand, things can get a little messy. However, it just looked like she wanted to whack that girl on purpose. All right, and then even after the fact of when I sat back and watched her apology and the girl who got hit in the head, who was the actual victim in the situation, the girl who got hit in the head is like, oh, I haven't even got an apology yet. You know, it's just kind of like even like, ooh, I got away with it because I probably punked this girl at some point. Look like to me that the girl who hit the girl with the in the head with the baton was probably being bullied and just took advantage of the time. Like, ooh, I got the baton in my hand. Let me go ahead and hit her in the head real quick. That's what it looked like to me.
But during a race?
Why not? This might have been her only.
Everybody watching.
Might have been her only opportunity.
It looked like she didn't get up and eat the proper breakfast for the cognitive thinking skills. Yeah. Her cognitive abilities was diminished because who does that? I mean, I can see where, you know, like I can tell if it looks like an accident because when you run track, your arms are going up and down. When you pumping your fist to run a race, you're going up and down. You're not going swinging out, reaching your hand out and swinging across. That's not even a running position. That's all I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying, though, Tory. It seems to me it was intentionally done. You know, because, like, you know how these women be, Tory. They be having vendettas against the other girl. So it's just like, at an act of a moment, in a split second of a moment, let me go ahead and take this opportunity to knock her upside the head. Real quick. You know, because she can't be talking to me like how she was just talking to me.
Well, how did we just assuming that it was a conversation? You just assuming that it was some extra. I think
it's an assumption.
All I'm saying is that in the heat of the moment, because, you know, when basketball players, you know, when fights break out in sports, it's competitive, right?
Correct.
All I'm saying is this ain't the sport to fight nobody in. It's track.
But again, Tory, if
how many track players you see knuckle up, squabble up?
Yeah, they really go run a race.
Either they pull up, if they go feel like they're gonna lose, they go pull up with the hamstring, like something went wrong with the mechanics of the body. They not gonna swing off. But I guess do we got her saying anything about the situation, Benjamin, before we run the break?
You know what, Tory? We actually do. How about we go ahead and run to the YouTube channel?
Let's listen.
You're physically hurt, but you're not.
And the thing about it is she's trying to say
Alayla Everett is a decorated athlete and senior at IC Norcom High School. She would have never thought her trip to the Class 3 track and field state finals last Tuesday would take a drastic turn. Alayla visibly emotional because of this video from the meet.
I mean, if you ask somebody for an apology and they play the victim, I don't know.
Here, let's run to the YouTube.
Let's listen.
Off of one angle.
Alayla visibly emotional because of this video from the meet. This was a 4x200 meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
Okay, after a couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears intentional, but Alayla says it was accidental.
But I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I didn't have to see the first video, second video, 10th video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds.
Hey, she said it. The baton rolled up the back, and then it just kind of cracked her upside the head.
That's what she's saying.
All right, well, Truth Nation weighs in. She's full of it. She should have just apologized and gone about her day. but she hated the fact that she was about to lose and took action into her own hands.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do, though, when you get in
Oh, no. I'm not finna promote nothing like this, Benjamin. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have the Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Women's History Month. Listen to one of our incredible Truth teammates highlight the remarkable achievements of Black women throughout history.
Hey everybody, it's Melanie Ricks from the award-winning 1017 The Truth. For Women's History Month, I want to highlight Maya Angelou for the incredible impact that she had on society. Maya Angelou, of course, most famously known for her unique and pioneering autobiographical writing style. One of her most well-known publications, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, was written in 1969, and it's still relevant in the year 2024. Maya Angelou was an American author, poet, civil rights activist, and she rose to prominence with the writing of that incredible and historic piece. Miss Angelou was a storyteller. She was a truth teller. She was someone who was able to bring together different groups of people simply with written word. She was someone who spoke from experience and spoke from others' experience and made sure that all Americans knew the true Black experience, and she was never afraid to speak on it and to write on it from a place of sincerity, a place of hurt. To this day, Still I Rise is one of the greatest pieces of work that I have ever read. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high. Still, I'll rise. Thank you, Maya Angelou, for all of your contributions. Your impact is truly everlasting.
Tune in to The Truth as we celebrate the greatness of Black women all month long.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snibe. Free agency is underway as the Packers have reportedly signed former 49ers guard Aaron Banks to a 4-year, $77 million deal. The latest report is Elton Jenkins will move to center for 2025. Also in free agency, the Packers staying busy. Former Las Vegas Raiders cornerback Nate Hobbs has agreed to a 4-year, $48 million deal with the team as well. Over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks will take on the Pacers in Indiana tonight. Head coach Doc Rivers with a message for his team to begin the week.
Back-to-back nights, I thought the difference in the two teams' trust, ball movement was visual. We've had it. We've lost it the last couple of games, and we got to get it back.
They'll try to find it tonight with a tip-off set for 6:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Remember, FDIC.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time to start jamming with juice. This is the Pop Culture Report with Carrie Noni and Benjamin on the Tory Lowe Show. Tap in to see what's trending today on Pop Culture Report.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Benjamin. It's amazing. And Carrie, Noni, Juice WRLD in studio.
Yeah, I was giving it just to y'all.
Hey, what's happening then?
What's happening?
Hey, what's going on? What's going down?
I hear you got a question for me, too.
I do got a question for you. What do you think about the situation on the track with the track runner with the two females with the baton?
Yeah, to be honest with you, T-Lo, Truth Nation, all the Juice Jammers out there, I feel like it was not done on purpose. I do. I feel like it was not malicious. There was no malicious intent behind it. And that's just because how the video looked. I will say when I first initially saw it, what it looks like from that 7 to 9 second clip or whatever, how long it is, it does look like she purposefully did it. But then after hearing her side, after hearing, I think, the other girl's side too, and then really just looking at the video some more, I noticed that she kind of slowed down a little bit after she had hit her, you know? So if almost like she was shocked
Did
herself.
she finish the race?
I don't know if she finished it, but
I think
she
they
did
said
keep
she
going.
kept going.
She didn't stop. I know she did not stop.
I heard she finished the race.
I heard she did not stop to like say anything to the girl at all. Like she kept going with the race.
She got her out the way.
But I don't think that I personally don't think that she did that intentionally. I'm not gonna lie to you, because going that fast and how close they were running to each other, I do feel like things just accidentally can happen, and it's an unfortunate situation that the young lady was injured. And I do feel like, you know, after the race or whatever, she could have went back and be like, oh, hey, are you good? Like, my bad, I didn't mean to do none of that or whatever. But I don't know if in the middle of the race am I gonna stop for that, you know?
Well, it's second place now. It ain't that serious. First of all, it ain't
but that's what
if
I'm
the
saying.
gold medal was on the line.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why would she do that intentionally?
The cognitive thinking skills,
in the first
the cognitive understanding of the moment
like
wasn't
how
there.
fast they were going. You gotta imagine going that fast and how your arms gotta pump and how close they were in the race.
But think about it. Like I said, the mechanics don't match being popped upside the head with a baton. When you're running track, your motion is always this.
But I'm saying, she said that the baton got stuck on her back, didn't she? That's what she said.
When I look at the
they
video,
were running so close that it got kind of caught on her back, so she had to like pull it back
and
in a
then
certain
whip it back
way.
across.
And you know, in the middle of running, and y'all are both going at those speeds that you're going, your hands ain't mechanically finna just go back to the right position.
So you saying that this was an accident?
I think it was an accident. I do.
Well,
if she has not apologized, she definitely should apologize, whether the intention, you know, even intentionally doing it or not. She should apologize if she hasn't.
She said she's basically saying she's the victim.
She's being victimized.
She's not a victim.
She's being victimized.
I will say they are both victims. I'm not gonna lie to you. They definitely are both victims, because the narratives that people are putting out there on this young lady, just from like this 9-second clip, is absurd. Because I know she said she was getting like death threats and people were calling her names and like
calling her ghetto
crazy. So that's not fair to her, especially if she did it unintentionally. But sometimes you make mistakes.
You need to be her PR person.
Why?
I think that you should. I think you talk long enough, I might believe it. You know what you just said.
I think they are both victims in this situation.
Benjamin,
you know, I do think it's funny how we live in today's time, and one little error can mess up everything that you've been building up for yourself.
Even if you don't mean to.
Right. Like you could call sick of work, call sick for work, and the next thing you know, boom, you don't got your job no more. Like, that's crazy to me. But at the same time, this little girl is running track, hits somebody with the baton over their head, and now death threats are coming to her. I think that's asinine. I think that's too far. Too far. It
is too far. And like, I'm looking at the YouTube chat real quick from Creation Muse, and not Creation Muse, but Miriam, I think, and Not Really a City Girl. Do you understand the backlash that she would go through if she intentionally was trying to injure this woman in the middle of their race?
Well, that's what the backlash is for.
Yeah, that's what she's facing right now.
But I'm saying, why would someone do that intentionally in front of all of those people to be like, oh, I'm going to do it on purpose because I have anger issues and I just am mad.
I think you're answering it. I think you're
coming up with the right answer.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is
we don't know these people.
Who does something like that? In the middle of a race? You going to take your anger out on her?
If I'm watching the video, well, remember Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding when the ice skating thing was going on and she wanted to win so bad that she tried to hit Nancy Kerrigan in the knee and mess her skating career up.
On purpose?
Tanya Harding, yeah. So, yeah, this is something, it's a nature inside sports.
Sounds like women's sports.
Hey, well, that was some women's skating.
Have you not seen hockey?
Hockey, you're supposed to fight.
But I'm saying you could beat each other up.
In hockey, that's part of the rules.
Okay, but why are you saying it sound like a woman thing?
Because y'all be super emotional, man. Like again,
you think Draymond Green don't be emotional playing on the court?
Too emotional. Again, somebody got to check his ass. All right.
You think LeBron don't be emotional going up to Stephen A. how he did?
The way he be belly flopping, yeah, he's definitely a character. He's an actor out there. When it comes down to these women's sports, it seems to me that, especially in this scenario, that and I said it before, I'll say it again. I think that girl was carrying a little animosity towards the girl that she hit over the head. I really believe that. I believe she has some kind of animosity, hit her over the head with the baton, and now it's crying because ultimately she probably really was a victim. Like in all of this, I think she was more than likely being bullied by the girl she hit hit over the head with the baton. That's what I think. Because even how the girl who got hit over the head with the baton, how she came back and responded, she was like, if she's so serious about apologizing to me and saying sorry, why hasn't she done it yet?
Didn't she say she blocked her?
She did say she blocked her and all these other things.
Okay, so how's she gonna apologize if you blocked her?
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like this is some high school drama.
That's a red flag.
I feel like this is high school
how you
drama.
Gonna be over here saying you need to apologize and you done blocked the girl so she can't apologize to you?
That's what I'm saying. She probably been bullying the girl, and the girl got caught at the wrong moment. Now she look crazy.
Exactly. That's why I don't believe it, bro.
Like imagine if your bully was bullying you and you finally get back at your bully, but now your bully looked like the nice guy, like looking like the victim. So now they can play into it for the rest of their life. Like, man, I don't know what they talk about. They be hating on me. That's what it seems like to me.
I think we all leaning into this a little bit too much.
Like leaning into the curve.
It's just not. It just what's
coming around the track.
What do it matter what we think? At the end of the day, if the girl gonna press charges on the girl, I think they already have. Unintentionally or not, sometimes accidents happen, and you know. Hey, you gonna have to face whatever you gotta face, whether you meant to or not. But I just don't think that it was done purposefully.
Well, I'll say this,
because we can't put too much together from a 9-second clip.
At the end of the day, there are papers filed.
Yeah,
and we're gonna see what they say because the experts are gonna have to weigh in on this.
Yeah, 100%.
And we'll keep everybody up to date on this. We'll continue this conversation.
Like,
but when we come back, I want to talk about this Dr. Umar and his daughter situation, which is going viral right now. His daughter, Dr. Umar, has a daughter, I guess an estranged daughter.
Uh-oh.
We're going to talk about it when we get back.
Not
Truth Nation.
Umar.
Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you were so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
So, Black women's leadership needs to be prioritized. That means a whole lot of things, but it includes a message for white women, which would be, it'll be wise for you to take our lead. We've already demonstrated everything there is to the world about who we are. We shouldn't have to keep doing that over and over again. The reality is that there are times when we got to muster up the energy to do some things we don't want to do, but I don't want that to be commonplace for me, and I certainly don't want it to be commonplace for other Black women. There's often this message that we need to stay strong because there are people depending on it. No, we need ourselves.
Yeah, you can't, what do they say? You can't pour from an empty cup?
Yes. And I even am hearing people say a lot more, you shouldn't pour from your cup at all until it overflows. And it's the overflow that you give. You keep the full cup for yourself.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute. More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Kick the dough in. You know I brought 4 in. 2 meters here, I might have to bring some more in. Nah, that you can tell the bro.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Benjamin on the ones and twos. Hey, look, we got Kerry Noni in for the Pop Culture Report. Benjamin filling in for DJ Brotha Z out on assignment. But we got a situation, Benjamin and Kerry. With Dr. Umar Johnson and his daughter, his estranged daughter. A lot of people weighing in on this. I want to hear the video from his daughter before we get into this conversation because she came out on social media, and this is why we're here right now. So we got some video up if y'all watching on YouTube. Let's listen.
I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts, okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how Black kings need to be with Black women, but you're not even in your Black woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite. And it's frustrating because I reached out to you. I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter. But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you and you shut me down. You ignored me.
Hey.
You should never be too busy for your daughter.
I want to get your thoughts on this, Juice.
Yeah. I guess what has Dr. Umar, he has said something to respond to this, right?
He responded. He wrote I think he deleted the post.
Does he have a reason as to why he was not in her life or why he does not want to be around currently?
I think it was something with the mother that stopped him from having a relationship. Basically what he was saying. And I guess over the years, I guess they was reaching out. But like I said, it brings up the conversation that when you have a child with somebody, you got to be careful because sometimes people get bitter and things happen and the child is used as a pawn.
Yeah, that does happen.
Now it does happen. And so in this case, it sounds like the mother, because she's not saying anything about the mother. So that throws me off because if he wasn't in your life for your birthdays and things like that, okay, what was the mother's part in that? Was she trying to keep the communication open when she was a child? Because now she's over, she's into her adulthood. Now she's coming out online, wants to reach out to her father. He doesn't have her number. Why doesn't he have her number? If the mom is participating in the building of the foundation of the family with the male and the female, is there a situation with the mom that stopped a lot of that?
Right. I will say that if that is the case, that was wrong on the mom's behalf if Dr. Umar wanted to be in the child's life. But I feel like I saw a previous clip of Dr. Umar admitting that he had this daughter and he said he wasn't in her life. And he was like, eventually one day she might go on these podcasts and reveal herself, you know, because I know that I wasn't around to yada, yada, yada. So it seems as though when he put it that way, that it might have been his fault as to why he wasn't around. But as of currently today, if she's reaching out to you and she wants to talk to you and she wants to not necessarily have a relationship with you, but maybe just have a conversation to get some clarity or get some closure or whatever it is, and how she mentioned she wants to learn her sister, I feel like Dr. Umar does owe her that. I feel like he should step up to the plate and be like, you know what, I wasn't around, but I can answer whatever questions you have. I'll get you in contact with your other siblings so you guys can have at least the relationship that you're looking for.
And I'm gonna tell you this, I had to make my relationships with my mom and my dad. So no matter what was told to me as a child, I ended up growing up and making my own relationship with my mom and my father. I grew up at my grandmother's house.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when you get to the point where you start to become an adult, you have to make the decision to see how you want to conduct that.
Go about it,
Because as a child, there's so many factors depending on the two that put you in this world. And if they not getting along, sometimes the child go one way and the other parent goes the other way. It's a lot of different things. Look what's going on with some of these professional athletes when it comes to these children.
And this gonna be an Anthony Edwards situation in the future. Like when the kids grow up, because he got a couple kids out here that he's not claiming. So when them kids grow up and they know who their dad is and know that their dad didn't want anything to do with them, they gonna have something to say. Like this just doesn't end. Just because you don't want to be in their life, that does not mean they're not gonna know that you're their dad. You're not their dad.
Right.
Well, they're gonna know.
Well, I'll say this, I'll say this. Somebody asked me, how do I feel about my mom or my dad? I got a great relationship with them now.
Yeah.
But I had to work toward that because they didn't reach out to me and we never talked about what happened in the past. And I decided that I just want to know them, who they are, what they, what kind of person they were. I even got from my dad's side some family tree history from his side. So, like I said, I was after the more important ideas, because what happened in the past, and as me as an adult and seeing the dynamics of adulting and how things can go left and right, and so many times you got to start saying, "Hey, look, this is how I'm going to handle this," and try to put forth your ideal of what it should look like.
Yeah.
And so I have a great relationship with both of my parents now.
And if Dr. Umar isn't trying to be in this young girl's life, that's foul on his part.
Right.
That now because that is hypocritical that you talking all this mess online about what black fathers did, black this, black queens, black king, black da da da, and you out here you were a deadbeat.
Hey.
And now she want a relationship and you don't want it? But if that's the case.
And if that's the case, Dr. Umar Johnson
he's lost all credibility.
Should take some time off to figure this out.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, with him being in the role he's in, He's supposed to have the understanding of how to mend this.
Mm-hmm.
He's a psychologist.
Right.
He's supposed to know how to mend this. Like, he's supposed to be like, okay, this is my daughter. She's actually screaming for help.
Mm-hmm.
Really, this is a cry for help.
Yeah.
A cry for something from him. And he should have took a pause in his life, no matter what he was doing, to try to mend or try to sit down and really get to the depths of what's going on with him and his daughter.
Yeah. Get it together, Dr. Umar. She calling for you. She need her dad.
All right. Thank you for that pop culture report, Benjamin.
It's amazing.
And Carrie, Noni, Juice.
I was giving it just a guy.
Juice World.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Links Incorporated, in partnership with Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, presents the 2025 Black Family Wellness Expo this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Thrive on King. Join dozens of vendors, experience cooking demonstrations, receive basic health care services such as blood pressure checks, and learn your blood type. You can even make a blood donation, which is so important to our community. It's a day filled with wellness activities for the whole family. That's the Black Wellness Expo this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Thrive on King. See you there.
All your favorite interviews and best moments live in one place.
I'm working in the morning and I was listening back on the Truth app.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth.
Carrie, where's Tory Lowe and Dr. Ken at? I'm trying to knock these commercials out.
How am I supposed to know, Sherwin?
Well, I'm about to do their parts because my impressions are on point anyway. This is Dr. Ken Harris from Truth in the Afternoon, and I want you to download the Truth app in the Google Play Store and Apple Store so you can never miss my show or any of the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Really, Kyle?
Sherwin, you are crazy.
Sherwin, your impression of me is horrible. Move. Give me my mic. I guess I'll just repeat what Sherwin said. Go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store to download the 1017 The Truth app today so you can take the home of Milwaukee Black Talk with you wherever you are.
Can't listen live? Download the new 1017 The Truth app on your smartphone today to catch up on all your favorite shows. Search 1017 The Truth on your Google Play Store or Apple App Store so you don't miss out on any of the action.
Calling all big thinkers. The world's climate is changing. These aren't new facts, but it means we must think in new ways about how we can live, prosper, and provide energy for our world while protecting our planet. Engineers are answering the call to create cleaner, safer, reliable energy. Solar power, harnessing the power of the sun to light all corners of the globe. Wind power, channeling a simple breeze to bring electricity to our homes. Hydropower, using the natural flow of water to generate electricity. Nuclear power, engineering advanced reactors that are safer, more reliable, and produce zero carbon emissions. Engineers are leading the way and empowering the next generation. Engineers answer the call. Brought to you by the National Academy of Engineering. Learn more at nae.edu.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And We got Benjamin on the ones and twos today.
It's amazing.
DJ Brotha Z out on assignment. But Benjamin, a lot of things going on with the family structure. One of our community advocacy personalities, Dr. Umar, coming under fire for what's going on with his daughter. And I'll say this. Understanding the different dynamics of family, I had to, as I got older, I had to take a step back because, like I said, I was raised by my grandmother, and I had to reach out and try to build relationships with my mother and my father. So I hear what the young girl is saying. I understand what his daughter is trying to say, and many times, however she's displaying it, this is just a cry for help to me. And when you talk about, to me, she's reaching out to have a connection. And maybe she felt that like this was the way to try to pull it off or to try to get his attention because he's always on the internet. You know what I mean? So she's going to do that to gain or try to get in a position and put it out there so she can make the connection. I think that in the end, Dr. Umar Johnson is a psychologist, and hopefully he knows how to strategize and mend this situation. Hopefully not only for her and him, but a lot of the things he talk about the black family and things like that. I think that would be a great story at the end of all of this if him and his daughter can make amends. And I'll tell you this, I was one that had to go through these processes, and I have a great relationship with my mom and my dad at this point. And I just think that when I got older, all I said was all I was going to do was just try to find ways to make sure that we can have the comfortable conversations first. And the comfortable conversations came first. You know what I mean? The comfortable conversations like, how you doing? You feel good? Are you feeling good? You know, just not the deep conversations of why the absence was there. But I think I started with the comfortable conversations of their history, who they were, and things like that. So I mean, I can tell you this, you know, I've seen a lot of different situations in this world, and I'm just trying to tell you that every family ideal is not the same. Every ideal of parenting is not the same. But when you have a child and you bring a child in this world, that's why it's important for the two people that brought the child in this world to do whatever they can to make sure they provide a situation that the child can be supported in. And that's not with every case. That is not with every case, but that's the idea, to be able to co-parent. If y'all can't exist together, exist in a way where the child can have both parents. And many times that's not happening. That is not happening. And I was one that had to go through that was not happening idea. So, hey, but moving on, look, we've been talking about self-care for those that are tuning into the Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about self-care, and we've been talking about diet. We've been talking about diet, and Benjamin gave a good point. He said that the balanced diet in the morning is the way to kick off the day. Now, you said omega-3, something about omega-3. You needed the omega-3 ideas, Ben.
Yeah, you need the omega-3 fats. All right, you need the omega-3 fats to be smart.
Omega-3 fats?
Yep, they power up your brain.
Really?
Power up your brain mainly come from the sea world or from seafood. So your good fish, your catfish, just about any seafood that you can imagine.
Dude, is it fried, deep fat fried, or what?
I would suggest to do it baked, but if you do it fried, you're still going to get your omega-3 fat. Just throw it out there.
Okay, that's what's up.
But yeah, we definitely need to consume much more omega-3 fatties because, again, human beings need to develop our brains. Again, when we talk about that cognitive function, cognitive abilities, it comes down to a lot of times how many omega-3 fats you have in your brain.
And it actually says this, that's a part of having the cognitive functions.
You need it. You need it. You know, random fact, though, Tory, that's another reason they believe that human beings evolved so rapidly and so fast. That's why we got so smart is they believe that early humanoid species ate off the sea, ate a bunch of fish, and that's how the brain got bigger.
That's what they said?
That's another idea.
Like a Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, it's a theory. It's a theory. Just like another theory is that we just ate shrooms, and that's what it was.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And also the person that called in to let us know that the bone structure doesn't change got in the chat, Benjamin. I'm trying to find what they said in the chat. The chat going crazy right now. But Carrie Knight.
Sounds like her.
She's in the chat. She says, I was the X-ray tech that called in. I just wanted to clarify that your bones do not grow larger as an adult. Your bone structure stays the same. So I guess once you become an adult, that's it. If you 5 foot, that's it.
That's it.
That you don't get. Everybody want to be. Everybody wish they was a baller. They wish they was a little bit taller. But the bone that she's saying, the bone structure doesn't change if you pile on a bunch of weight. Some of y'all got some strong skeletal systems, I'm trying to tell you. But we talk about self-care, you got to bring up diet. You got to bring up diet. And as the older you get, you better be careful because that's when you start running into health conditions, health issues from the diet. And right now there's a huge conversation about chemicals in food and fast food, PFAs. They're changing things in government right now to try to make sure that a lot of those chemical ideas are being addressed. RFK talked about a lot of the chemicals that are in foods, but a diet is a huge part of self-care, and it goes into the mental and spiritual benefits when you talk about a good diet. The mental and spiritual benefits. Now, what I'm reading is it supports mindfulness. A healthy diet encourages mindfulness, eating, and trying to do self-care practices. It makes you feel good about yourself. It fosters self-love, not DJ Brotha Z, but Benjamin.
Yeah.
Fosters self-love.
I would agree with that, though.
Self-love.
I would agree with that.
Eating right is self-love.
Right, it has to be, because it comes down to you just taking care of yourself. If you don't really love yourself, then you just out there just eating whatever. Eating whatever comes to you.
Sometimes you just on the run and you just grabbing a meal.
I understand that because I do that from time to time. But if you're going to take in the BS, make certain that you also put in something that's going to be worth the while. Something that's going to be able to sustain you.
But do we think about the way we eat in our eating habits, or do we wait till we go to the doctor many times and the doctor has to say, okay, you having a high cholesterol, you got a high blood pressure, you got too much salt in your system, you got too much sugar in your system. That's when I see a lot of people try to change their diet.
You know what, Tory?
As a reactionary idea.
It is a reactionary idea. I think that I'm finding that more in the older generations than I am with the younger generations. Just because I think, one thing that the younger generation is privy to versus the older generation is the older generation was fed the food pyramid, right? The older generation, when fast food came around, was led to believe that this is an American food, an American diet. Right. We're okay to eat a Big Mac every day. That was the idea. Now, my generation, as we became more, got a bit more smarter, a bit more information at the tips of our fingers. Now we know a little bit better. So I find a lot more of the times that, getting around my age, being just 30 years old or so, my generation was like, you know what, man? I know I'm not supposed to be eating all this BS. I know I need to get better water. I know I need to actually interject, vegetables and fruits in my diet at some point. I don't even actually need to eat a meal 3 times a day. You know how asinine that is, Tory? Like to eat 3 meals a day.
And big meals, too.
And big meals. In my life, you had all the flapjacks in the world. You had all the pancakes. You had French toast, sausage, eggs.
Here we go, pancakes and sausage.
you drizzled all the syrup all up on that.
Oh, wow.
And then you done got some lunch. Your lunch included some McDonald's or some Arby's or Taco Bell, and then you still had a full course dinner. Right. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 plates right there.
And I'm seeing that you don't really need those 3 meals a day.
You don't. You actually only need 1 meal. You should eat 1 meal a day. Everything else should just literally be small portions of snacks, if you will, small portions of fruits or veggies, if you could throw that into your diet.
And the thing is, I remember when I was in college and I had to go down south with my roommate, and he lived in Alabama, and I thought I ate decent. But But when I got down to Alabama with my roommate, OMG. They had the biggest breakfast. Then all of a sudden, they cooked lunch. It was like the biggest lunch, and dinner was like a nice portion. It was a huge portions of food.
Right.
And I found myself being extremely tired.
In the end of it?
Yeah, like, because my body's working to digest all of this. And so I was like, man, I ate a lot. I overdid it. So it felt like I ate Thanksgiving every day I was down there. Like, all the food you prepare for Thanksgiving, you kind of overindulge a little bit. But I felt like every meal was like a Thanksgiving idea where you ate too much. It was plenty of it. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, I wasn't conditioned to do that, but I knew that wasn't good for my system to eat that much food, to try to get my system to really work to digest a lot of that. Plus, I wasn't one of those people that I would call a person with a fast metabolism.
See, and that's just one of the things, though, too, Tory, because as we're talking about self-love and eating the proper diet is self-love, eating food like that feels like self-love.
Comfort food.
Yeah, it do, bro, because I'll be the first one to admit. Right. So over this weekend, me and my girl were celebrating our anniversary, and one of the things that we did is we pulled up to a Jamaican spot, pulled up to Mobe Cafe. And I'm telling you, Mobe Cafe got some of the best Jamaican food I never tasted. All right. I went there, ate up, scrumptious, right? Went back to the crib, and I still had, I took a Deco box. Went back to the crib. I ate some more of that Mobe Cafe. I pulled my recliner out, and I fall asleep. All right, I fall asleep because ultimately I knew I was going to be ahead of me was a good night's rest. I knew that my tummy felt full.
Right.
At the end of the day, though, Tory, when I woke up from my nap, I felt bad. I felt terrible for myself because falling asleep on a full stomach.
You had the itis.
I had the itis, and falling asleep on a full stomach, Tory, is so bad for you. Wow. There's people who fall asleep on a full stomach, especially from like a drunken night or whatever, and don't wake up. Or they don't wake up.
Because they can regurgitate the food and get choked on.
All of that. So it's just these things that we need to be cognizant about as we are living our lives. Like, what kind of diet are you really having? Does it all come down to the foods that you eat? I would say no. I think it also comes down to your mentality, the things that you're willing to take into your mental,
And sometimes when you look at your grandparents, because they ate soul food, they ate all of that stuff, and they lived to like their 80s, 70s and things like that. But you know what I'm finding out, Benjamin?
Go ahead.
They weren't eating as much processed foods like we're eating right now. A lot of times they hunted, they went fishing. A lot of that soul food they had to go fishing and get a lot of that fresh. And now we go get everything from the store.
Right.
It's packaged up and processed, and we think we're eating the same items, but we're not looking at the chemicals that's being used on these items.
The preservatives.
I think we're eating more preservatives.
I agree with that, Tory. I was having a conversation with not just myself, but Kyle Wallace and also Kayla Lewis Allen from Full Circle TV. She does these things called We Abroad. These trips she takes black people on year in, year out, whatever. Anyway, we're talking about foods, African foods, being over there, eating in Africa or eating in Thailand, whatever the case may be. It's like, you go over to these other countries and you can't even actually digest their food properly. Like you're more than likely to get sick and throw up just because your body has become so accustomed to eating so many different preservatives, and you now have, certain bacteria in your body now that just knows how to break down preservatives, but doesn't know how to break down real food. So I think that is a problem in our society today.
Wow. And now that the truth is coming out about a lot of the processed food ideas, how do we make the changes? Do we push our government to have more unprocessed foods available? Or do we go back to fishing, hunting? Do we start doing the things ourselves? Because I remember my granddaddy, he would go out and he would catch a squirrel.
Yeah.
Squirrel, raccoon, rabbits. They would hunt that and eat that. I to this day, I couldn't imagine myself going out and eating a squirrel, or eating a raccoon or something like that, And I thought I was being slick one day because my granddaddy was in the kitchen cooking. And I thought I'm being slick because it was smelling good. And I think I told this story before. I think it scared me to death. I went and I stuck my hand in the pot because I was hungry, and I pinched some meat off, and then I ate it. But then when Granddaddy started serving the food and he opened up the lid, it had teeth in the whole head and everything. And I couldn't believe I was eating that, thinking I was being slick trying to eat it. When he would, when he would go to the bathroom or do something else, I was going in there pinching off of it. And when he finally opened the lid, it was a raccoon. And I just went crazy. I freaked out.
I don't blame you, Tory.
It tasted good, though. It wasn't bad.
Was it roadkill or did he go on kill it?
I think he went out and killed it because my granddaddy was a hunter. They came from Mississippi.
Yeah.
So that's what they did down there. It was just what they was doing.
See, I think that's another thing, like a lost art, so to speak, of today's modern civilization. Like, we don't know how to hunt as our ancestors used
right.
to. I think we need to know more.
We got all these guns, and we not even using them to hunt.
Nah, folks using it to hunt other people just like them.
Spinning the block.
That's true. Need to spin on a block on some raccoons.
Right, on some rabbits.
Yes, on some rabbits. Even if it's roadkill, just go ahead.
I don't know about that. I remember I used
scrape it off the floor.
Well, we live in Wisconsin where you can be driving to Madison or somewhere. You have to drive to Racine. You'll see a deer on the side of the road.
No, it's true. It's true.
Did you pick that up and make hamburger helper or what, Benjamin? I mean, do you see that as food or what?
I do see it as food.
I know you do. As food. You ever thought that, man, I should put that in the car?
You know what?
You never thought that.
No, seriously. Honestly, it's a funny story. So you don't know this story, but about 2 months ago, I was in Racine late night kicking it or whatever, and I see something run out in the middle of the street. But all I know is by the time I actually saw what it was already hit by my car. Like, I had already rolled over it. And I killed that raccoon, man.
Oh, wow.
I killed the raccoon down in Racine.
So it was fresh.
Rest in peace to Cootie.
So it was fresh. Did you think about putting it in the car and going some sloppy Joe on it?
My ancestral DNA did kick in because I am part German. So I was like, you know what? I could make something up out of this.
Oh, wow.
Maybe put the raccoon out of his misery.
Some stew.
I can do that. Yeah, make a stew out of it or something. I can skin it. Hey, my people from the South, my people from Mississippi and all that good stuff.
Hey,
I could tap in.
My grandma was skinning stuff all the time.
Yeah, like it was nobody business. They just out here just skinning them.
I think that's a lost art, though. I think that
I agree.
Going and getting animals, and bringing it in and skinning it and preserving it. Saving it, freezing it, you know what I mean? I think even going into the garden and getting the food out and preserving it. My grandma used to get Ziploc bags and greens and things out the garden and freeze it in the deep freezer.
So how do we get back to that then, Tory? Because, again, when we were talking about the idea of taking back the power that we know that we have, but a lot of people ain't doing, do we hire a group of people to go out there and hunt for us and make certain they get the kill to come back, and then feed the population?
Well,
because people too lazy these days to go out and hunt, man.
Well, I want to open up the lines. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Is anybody still hunting for food? I know they fish. I know a lot of people fish. And that's kind of like hunting too. You know what I mean? Teach a man to fish. Yeah. He can feed himself for the rest of his life. That's one thing. But is that a lost art? Hunting for food. I want to know, are you still hunting? We're going to take a few calls. 833-212-1017. And then what if all of the grocery stores shut down? Let's say, and they got the stories out here that if the grid go down, and all the food spoil, how we gonna eat?
Folks gonna start eating people.
Well, hopefully it's fresh. Hopefully it ain't full of processed foods. I don't know. Hopefully it's organic. If it's not organic, it may not be a good thing. You might be eating somebody else's health issues.
a full diabetic.
Right.
I want the kidney.
Oh, wow.
Give me your kidney.
All I'm saying is, is that a lost art in our community, hunting? Do we hunt? And I'm not talking about hunting for where your significant other at after the club at night. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, do we still go out in the woods or go somewhere and try to bring some food back? I wonder if you could go hunting, what kind of animal would you bring back to eat?
I want to eat a bear.
No, I'm talking about, but let's say you can't eat nothing. and they say, okay, you got to go out in the woods, and whatever you bring back, that's what you're going to eat.
I'm finna eat a bear. I'm finna go in there.
You going to shoot a raccoon.
Nah, I'm going to kill
shoot something small. You going to shoot a rabbit.
No,
you going to try to shoot a bird. You going to try to go get some chicken or some geese.
Nah, I did think about geese before.
You might try to get a geese.
I thought about them geese out there, man.
I want to know.
A lot of them.
I want to know because I think that we're getting away from the natural ideas of survival, and we totally dependent on the system to feed us the industries, the food industries to feed us. And it seems like a lot of the foods we're getting is processed, got chemicals, so many chemicals on it, pesticide,
bleach, chlorine.
Yeah, so now we're finding out all this truth. What are we going to do about it? Do we know how to hunt? I'm going to tell you right now, I can fish. I think that if I'm not afraid to go and fish.
Okay.
But if I went into a space in the woods, it would take some adjustment.
I'm going to do it off the rip. I was trying to go. Finna kill that thing, man. I be teaching.
Hold on, you think you so you gonna have the scope on?
I might have the scope, or I'll keep my little dog, my little baby Hazel, my little pit bull with me.
Oh, wow.
And we'll go hunt together. Yeah.
Well, you know that's a skill because you got to have the right bullets. You got to have the right ammunition to try to hunt certain animals. And if you're trying to kill a bear, you're not gonna kill him with a 9mm.
I'll shoot him right between the skull, right between the eyes.
So you gonna take your little handgun out there and pop the bear.
Fuck. I
think you might be a dinner for the bear. I think you might end up being dinner for the bear because I was talking to some young people and they don't even know a lot about making a meal, like a regular meal. They microwave and everything.
Right.
And now they got the air fryer, they air frying everything. I remember grandma and the old school, they used to make everything from scratch. Grandma used to be in the kitchen for hours cooking biscuits, scraping the food. Like she used to take the fish and skin the scales off of it and everything from beginning to end, gut it, all kinds of stuff. I want to know, Truth Nation, hey, if y'all had to hunt, could you survive? If everything shut down, could we survive? Or will we, I don't know. Like being said, try to, I don't want to think about it. Jeffrey Dahmer said, I don't know. But when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's that time of year again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 12th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we will be cleaning up the city of Milwaukee. Also, to show our appreciation, everyone who joins gets a free lunch provided by Cousins Subs. Again, that is the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup on Saturday, April 12th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bring the whole family to clean up our city. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is presented by 1MKE and sponsored by Cousins Subs.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Perspective is essential. What I found is the news behind the news is more important. I want you to leave my show with a sense of knowing what was missing that adds depth to the conversation. Tune in Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. on the new 101.7 The Truth app, or 1017thetruth.com.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousins Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy saving tips at weenergies.com.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. We talk a lot about the unprecedented quality and service you get from Pella, but talking to the people who work there, you can tell how much they genuinely love what they do. Helping fulfill people's dreams is very rewarding to them, and it shows through their tremendous efforts. Pella consultants take the time to listen to each customer, finding the right solution that works for their home. They know that everyone's situation is different. Maybe you have a historic home you're renovating, or it's a new build with unique finishes. Pella designers can customize windows and doors to perfectly match any one-of-a-kind abode. They're with you from start till finish. It's like having a friend on call throughout the project and beyond. They don't disappear after the sale. Right now, take advantage of windows as low as $32 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Certain restrictions apply. Ends March 31st, 2025. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
And now I'm here, and you're sitting there cold stairs, wishing you was here. When back then I'll be right there, but I had a little treat myself fair, cause you never could've. And ever since I chose to stay true, say motherfucker me, no motherfucker you. You couldn't trust me, I couldn't trust you, but you never should've. And now I'm here, and you're sitting there cold stairs, wishing you was here. When back then I'll be right there, but I had a little treat myself fair, cause you never could've. And you never would've.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Benjamin on the ones and twos. Hey, look, question of the day. If you had to go hunting, could you survive? Can you get out there like Elmer Fudd and hunt to survive if everything's shut down? 833-212-1017. I want to know. We may need to get some people to teach classes on how to prepare for hunting, survival skills. And I got the survival kit, Benjamin. I got a survival kit. I guess we'll make the adjustment, but do we know? Winky Blue.
Known to you, big brother.
How you doing, Wink?
I'm blessed. This is an exciting subject, man, because most of us, we're not into prepping. And that don't just go for black folk, but we really should be into prepping and getting ready for survival mode. Prepping means getting things, prepared for if something really happens. When it comes down to hunting, let's be realistic. I think we all hunted when we was kids. Ricky Burt is a hunter. He come out of a family of hunters. The Singletons, the Hewleys. Hunting is still available. We still got a lot of public hunting ground, like Cannon Moraine public hunting ground. Stoughton's got a public hunting ground right outside of Madison up there. That's public hunting ground. Now the thing is, once you kill a squirrel, and most of these people you talking about teaching to hunt, it's kind of like a method to it, because they'll get out there and they'll walk over game. They'll walk right on top of a rabbit, or they won't know how to flush a rabbit or be quiet enough to get a squirrel. Now, once you get the squirrel, how you clean it? You catch a squirrel. Now, how you gonna clean the squirrel? It's a method to that. You catch the coon, it's a method to cleaning the coon. The same with, now some people eat possums. Possum, you got to boil the skin off of him like a rat. You can't skin him out his jacket like you can skin a squirrel. Like a squirrel, I would just grab him, cut him across. I would just cut him across the back, cut around the sides, and we would just pull his jacket back out, and we would pull him out like that. Right. Then cut under his arms, he'd come out, and his head would be there. A coon, I would hang him up top, cut around the back of his legs, and then pull him out, and I can make a whole coon, pull him out of his whole thing by cutting him around his back hindquarters. What do
coon taste like? I think it tastes like kind of like.
Well, when you kill a coon, what you gotta do is you gotta demoss. You gotta get them wild little round things. It's the glands. It's two in the top in his neck. It's two in his neck on each side, and then it's four in his hindquarters. If you don't get them out, he gonna taste wildish like. Same with a deer. That's why when they kill a deer, they hurry up and gut him, especially if he a buck. because his testicles, man, get up in the meat. And you kind of wild and real game, and you got to be an Indian to want to eat him like that, man.
Oh wow!
But that's how it is. The same with a rabbit. He's got some musk glands in him, the old hair, and he's the easiest one to clean. You can kill a rabbit and just pull his hair right on off of his hind quarters. Just pull it off. Just pluck it off. His hair come right on off, man. You ain't got to even skin him. His hair just come off easy.
Well, it sounds like you need to take some people out here and show them how to get out here in the wilderness.
Man, hey, listen to this. My sons now, I put them in the woods. They hunting now. They've been hunting now for years, but I had to give them what the old people gave me, because it's a dying thing. And if we ever really get in a situation, man, I done been fishing with some supposed to be killers. They get a fish on the line, and they were scared to take them off. I said, but you're a killer. Get the fish off the line.
Wow.
But this is a good subject, man, and I appreciate you for even having this subject. And you probably say, this nigga Winky called in, he know about everything. That's because I've been in the room with them old cats, man, hanging out with them old players that understood survival is not just going with some survival, man, going to depend on the fittest. And that's
survival
for real.
Of the fittest, right?
But, hey, listen, I'll tell you one more thing, and I got to go. If you are planning on prepping, I would tell everybody, get them a solar generator, not a gas generator. It costs you, a good one gonna cost you about $1,200, $1,400. A real good one is like up in the thousands. But for guys like us, we don't need number $1,800 one, $1,200 one. It's quiet and it works off of the sun, and you don't have to worry about people coming to your house here and your generator running. Dog, they refrigerator coming down there to knock you off for your old food or your generator. Get you a quiet solar generator, and you should get 2 or 3 of them if you can afford them, because if it ever come in real time and you ain't got no electric, you're going to be able to survive off that sun, man. God put him up there for a reason, and I will throw that out there for you. And get you a crank radio, man. Crank radio, so you can hear it. Don't run off electric. You just crank the joint. And some of them even got solar panels on them.
All right. Hey, look, get some solar panel generators. The thing is, when you talk about survival and diet and things like that, it all go together, because we're here, we're trying to survive, we're trying to go day to day, and we assume that everything is going to function. But I'm going to tell you right now, the old school knew how to do this, especially those folks that came up from the South, that came to Milwaukee from the South. They knew how to prepare food in dire conditions. A lot of my family was sharecroppers from Mississippi, and they came up here to Milwaukee. So they knew how to prepare food. They knew how to cook stuff from scratch. They know how to preserve. My grandmother was a big person that would preserve. Got the glass jars. I remember she was showing me these techniques, and I used to ask her, "Why are you doing this? Why are you putting all this stuff in jars and preserving?" This is what she was doing. This is how she survived. It's a lost art. White Widow, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Two of my favorite team, Baba Ben and Tory. I'm going to tell you something, Baba Ben. Don't worry about it. Raccoons will attack a car. Raccoons will attack a car. And like I said, my husband came up from Tennessee. They're sharecroppers in the 60s. And the fact of the matter, they had to eat off the land. He was a good shot. I mean, he could, they ate squirrels. And it's funny, when I moved out and I moved upstairs from the bar with my husband, he was my boyfriend there. I was with him 9 years. White Widow didn't bed hop, you know what I mean? But it'd be funny because on Sundays, it was potluck. And everybody in the tavern would come, and that was our fellowship on Sunday. And every Sunday, there was a Nesco there of barbecued raccoon from Mrs. Frankie, and she was a white lady. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, you're right, it's a lost skill. I can also, just because of the old days. And I remember one time my husband telling me about Hambone, his favorite dog. They got in the car, they drove out to the woods, and his dad put Hambone out there. And they drove away, and he said, "What about Hambone?" And his dad said, "Oh, don't worry, Hambone will find his way back." Hambone didn't, but they had to do that because Hambone was a chicken eater, and they couldn't afford having a dog who would eat the chickens. So again, he was pulling that bag behind him when he was 4 years old, picking cotton as a sharecropper, being careful not to prick your fingers. But, man, he was a good shot. Later on, when we were retired, we had the house and we had squirrels who would mess with the bird feeder. You know, he only had a pellet gun. We had the guns hidden because he was a felon, his Winchesters and stuff. And I said, just hit him in the butt. Make sure you don't kill him. Get him away from the bird feeder, right? Every damn time he'd do a spine shot, and that squirrel would lay dead. So the fact of the matter is, I mean, he was just exactly what you said, that your family came up, and I'm not kidding, grass and a rock, and you could make soup. But, you know, it's those life skills that people don't have anymore. In the end, he stopped hunting deer and stuff. I'm going to tell you one story, though. I'm at work. Next thing you know, Channel 4's got a thing. Deer hunter felons with deer hunting license. And there it was on Channel 6, his picture and two other black guys. I had to go back to work and talk about that. And he said, you know, I said, how'd that happen? He said, I don't know. Because he said, Channel 4 came up and they had a camera. They were asking me about hunting in the day. And I was telling them all the stories. I said, don't let him come back, Donnie. Don't let him come back. And sure enough, his picture, fellas with deer hunting licenses on Channel 4, Channel 6, Channel 12 with two other brothers.
Wow. They got him. If you got a felon, can you hunt? Can you have a shotgun? I guess you can't. I guess that takes the right away from having a gun. Hey. But look, when we come back, we got Lana Banana on the lines. We got some chat. We got some talk to text. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We expect our judges to be fair, impartial, to keep us safe. But Brad Schimmel cut plea deals with child pornographers. He blamed underage victims of sexual assault for their bad judgment. And Schimmel joined extreme MAGA Republicans in trying to ban abortion statewide, even for victims of rape and incest. Now he wants us to put him on the Supreme Court, where he could strip away our rights and be a rubber stamp for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Brad Schimmel, dangerous, extreme, and unfit for the Supreme Court. Judge Susan Crawford knows right from wrong and has spent her life keeping us safe. Crawford protected nursing home patients from identity theft and fought for the rights of workers across Wisconsin. Crawford will always protect our right to choose and is the check and balance we need against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. On April 1st, Judge Susan Crawford for Supreme Court. Paid for by Power to the Polls Action Fund, not authorized by any candidate or candidate's agent or committee.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources today. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org. Paid for by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Truck crash? Call Gruber offices. One call, that's all.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snibe. Free agency is underway as the Packers have reportedly signed former 49ers guard Aaron Banks to a 4-year, $77 million deal. The latest report is Elton Jenkins will move to center for 2025. Also in free agency, the Packers staying busy. Former Las Vegas Raiders cornerback Nate Hobbs has agreed to a 4-year, $48 million deal with the team as well. Over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks will take on the Pacers in Indiana tonight. Head coach Doc Rivers with a message for his team to begin the week.
Back-to-back nights, I thought the difference in the two teams' trust ball movement was visual. We've had it. We've lost it the last couple of games, and we got to get it back.
They'll try to find it tonight with a tip-off set for 6:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Remember, FDIC.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Public and doing my thing. Shift the discussion, I bring up a budget. They talking about numbers, ain't show me a thing.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Been jamming on the ones and twos. DJ Brotha Z out on assignment. We've been talking about hunting. How many of y'all got the real skills? If everything collapsed right now, if the electric grid went out right now, how are your survival skills? 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. We got some people in the chat. A lot of people weighing in on cooking from scratch. Bree says, Tory, no one wants to be in the kitchen for all that time like grandma. I know I don't. The air fryer is a healthy way to cook. Didn't they say that some of the air fryers had lead based?
PFAs.
Right.
PFAs. If it has Teflon in it, it has PFAs.
That's what they said. Hey, we're going to head to the lines. Lana Banana.
Hey.
Miss Banana. How you doing, Queen?
All right. How you doing, King?
Hey. Are you a hunter? Can you get out there and skin the fishes?
I don't know if I can skin it, but I can get it.
Okay.
Somebody can skin it for me. Hopefully, I can learn.
You can go out there and catch it.
Yeah, I can learn. But yeah, I like this topic. It brings back good memories, Tory. Thank you. Like, when I was younger, my mother and her best friend, Claudia McNair, Claudia was Barbara McNair's mother. Barbara McNair's an actress. She's from Racine, too. And my mother was best friends with her mother, Claudia. So we used to go on the farm, and they would get the chickens, and the farmer would, cut the chicken head off, and they'll get the chicken, and they'll bring it back home, and they'll boil it in some hot water, and they'll pluck the feathers off, and they'll clean it, and they'll, cut it up into sections and, and cook it like that.
Right.
Yeah, and I went hunting in Munster a few years back before for a small game. I didn't kill anything, but, I had an experience with that. And my mother and Claudia McNair, we used to go to the farm to get cucumbers and peaches and, like, the strawberries. They had, like, a whole lot of acres with nothing but strawberries, and it was beautiful. It was Like the sky was blue. It was nice clouds. It was a nice cool breeze. All you saw was strawberries that smelled good, and it was like you was in a different world. It was just beautiful. And we picked our own strawberries, and we had our baskets, and we went back, and then they weighed them, and we paid, and then as far as fishing, we went fishing, but back then we had the poles. They looked like bamboo poles back then.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to go fishing in Kenosha with my mother. And we would get some fishes, but I was scared. I dropped the pole and everything. My mama had to go get the fish and everything.
You couldn't get it off the hook.
Yeah, I was scared. That fish was kind of big to me, so I dropped the pole and I ran. So I said, Mama. So my mama had to go get the pole and get the fish meat. And she was like, girl, if you want to eat and everything, you got to learn how to not be scared. You got to get this fish now. So I learned, Mama taught me, and I appreciate that. But it's different. It's like a different world.
Mm-hmm.
And the military also taught me survival skills, too. But then not only just because of the military, but it's like I try my best to be future-oriented and focus on the what-ifs,
Right. And have your skills up. You got to have your skills up just in case anything go down.
Yeah, and my mother said that her father ran so fast that they're from Tuskegee, and he didn't have to have no gun or anything for a rabbit. She said he ran so fast, he would run and run and run. He'll get alongside that rabbit, grab that mug, and there you go.
All right,
yeah.
Hey, a home-cooked meal. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you this. I remember my granddaddy had this huge garden. He kept planting gardens. And the greens, the mustard greens, and all of that would be in the garden, and the tomatoes and things like that. And they kept a garden. I mean, when we talk about if something happens where we can't have electricity, how we gonna eat, Benjamin? I mean, I think that many times we lose skills. We thinking that everything is gonna always work. But I've been seeing stories on the internet lately. If somebody wanted to do something to America, they would take out the grid. They say an EKG or something where it sends an energy shock to the grid and shut the grid down, right? Is that the conversation? So what I'm saying is, if that's something that could actually happen, then, well, what if it does happen? So do we all panic and wonder who's going to bring us food? Or do we try to, then if that's the case, people going to start going into these stores and taking stuff. How long is that going to last? Let's say even if you're successful at going to the store and grabbing what you could get, how long is that going to last? Do we have the survival skills, Truth Nation? Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 1017 The Truth and see this wonderful smile live every day.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. We talk a lot about the unprecedented quality and service you get from Pella, but talking to the people who work there, you can tell how much they genuinely love what they do. Helping fulfill people's dreams is very rewarding to them, and it shows through their tremendous efforts. Pella consultants take the time to listen to each customer, finding the right solution that works for their home. They know that everyone's situation is different. Maybe you have a historic home you're renovating, or it's a new build with unique finishes. Pella designers can customize windows and doors to perfectly match any one-of-a-kind abode. They're with you from start till finish. It's like having a friend on call throughout the project and beyond. They don't disappear after the sale. Right now, take advantage of windows as low as $32 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Certain restrictions apply. Ends March 31st, 2025. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Finding stable housing shouldn't be a struggle. The Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center connects renters, property owners, and partners to the resources they need, whether it's rental assistance, legal aid, mediation, or tenant education. No matter what your situation is, you do not have to go at it alone. Get assistance today by visiting renthelpmke.org. That is renthelpmke.org, or stop by their office at 728 North James Lovell Street in Milwaukee. At the Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center, they are here for all your housing needs.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Truth Nation, gear up for a great time as Sports Milwaukee hosts Milwaukee Tailgate Week, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Set for April 24th to the 26th, Milwaukee Tailgate Week features a variety of gridiron activations for all ages, steeped in Milwaukee's iconic sports history, attractions, brews, restaurants, and venues. As the 2025 draft takes center stage in Green Bay, Sports Milwaukee and the Cream City are excited to welcome the football world back to Wisconsin. For tickets, go to visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate. Brought to you by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
That's a cause, living a dream. Yeah. My drip is supreme. It's what I mean. I come with a crown, I come with a queen, and a couple of rings. That's just a reminder, don't talk on the team. And they offer the green. You can come this and they use machines. Just remember this thing. What was you doing for all this green? Who do you love when you was trying to
101. 7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Been jamming on the ones and twos. DJ Brotha Z out on assignment. Well, we've been having a great discussion on survival, hunting, the skills that you need to stay alive if the grid go down, because I think that we think that everything is just going to be okay. You know, and then if it does go down, they'll get it back up. They'll fix it. Because if they don't, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? But for those that know, who have the skills, they know what to do if the lights never come back on. I think that we're forgetting to start to shape the children and the youth on the survival skills, on how to survive, hunt, fish, how to start a fire. I remember I was in the Boy Scouts when I was a kid. I was in the Boy Scouts, and, you know, they taught me how to do all that stuff. How to start a fire, that was important. How to fish, how to do things. My granddaddy taught me how to get up in the morning and catch worms, things like that. Like, are we showing the children, the youth, how to survive? Do we even know? Did we forget? Did we think that we've gotten so comfortable that we don't, it'll be all right? They'll find a way to fix it. The lights will come back on. Give it a couple days. We'll be all right. Maurice M. in the chat says, these kids today prefer being on TikTok and Snapchat doing dumb stuff. But that's what they being showed. That's what they being told. That's what they being showed. As an adult, you don't have to let your kid get online. I know a lot of adults that say, I don't let my kid get online. Hey, where's the parental oversight? You know, most of the times when kids coming up, they gonna, follow the adults for a second. Till you let them, get away with a few things and they see that they don't have to do it. Or you're not really strict on what you're really saying by holding them to what you asked them to do. But are we prepared? Hey, this was a great conversation. I'm going to tell you right now. It's a needed conversation. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I mean, hopefully after this conversation, we can get some people thinking, planting some seeds on what can we do? Can we stockpile things? Not even stockpile things, but, kind of find an empty space in the house where you're putting things to the side. Or start a garden. It's about to get hot. Start a garden with the kids. Start a garden with the family. Make it a family garden. Hey, I'm telling you, it's something that we got to discuss, and it's something that got to do with you. Something that got to do with you and your family. I know we got a lot of conversations outside the family, outside of us, politics, celebrity, all of these things that are going on around us. But when we have these conversations about us, we got to start taking notes. We got to start either applying these strategies or, hey, if something bad happens, you can't say you didn't have the conversation. Hey, look, when we come back, I got some stories that y'all need to hear coming up at the top of the hour. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
You'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. We got Benjamin producing the show today. DJ Brotha Z out on assignment. But somebody recently had sent me this story, and this happened, I guess, back in 2024. I didn't hear this story. I wasn't aware of it, but I thought that it was something that I should bring into Truth Nation, because this argument about hair and braids, it went on in Wisconsin, where they said that they had to make a law that women can braid hair, without having a license. You know what I mean? This is something that went on in Wisconsin. So I guess this is out of Texas, where there's a young man that had to go and fight. This happened last year. A federal judge had denied the black young man down in Texas that he was fighting to make sure he can keep his hair braided. Benjamin. This is not over a crime. This is not over somebody out here breaking the law. This is over hair, Benjamin. Are we still having these conversations about black people and hair? So when I looked at this article, I couldn't believe it, because this went into the high courts as well. You know what I mean? And this young man couldn't go to school because of his hairstyle. It was how it was braided. But in Texas, your hair have to be a certain length. I guess they have a state law about the length of hair for boys. If you're a boy, your hair can only be so long. But I guess the way he had his hair braided, it was up in a bun. It wasn't hanging down. But he still had to go to court and fight this. And I was like, that is so interesting. In a time where they're saying that people have the right to, at least the last administration said you had the right to choose what sex you were. And then you got a state saying that, okay, you can't have the hairstyle you want to have. I don't know. Sometimes all these laws, these federal laws, these state laws, these local laws, it can get tricky, Benjamin. But I want y'all to hear this story as we broadcast live on YouTube. We got some video of this story of this young man. This happened last year, actually being denied in the high courts when it came to keeping his own hairstyle, Benjamin. If y'all watching as we broadcast live on YouTube, we got video. Let's listen.
Update on a story that we've been following about a black student accused of violating his school district's policy on the length of boys' hair. 18-year-old Daryl George, who wears his hair in long locks, has been out of his regular classes since August. Now a Texas judge has ruled the school district's punishment of George for refusing to change his hairstyle does not violate state law. Omar Villafranca has more.
It's put a lot of emotions on me, anger, sadness.
For almost his entire junior year, Daryl George has been suspended from regular classes for wearing his long hair like this, in twisted locks on the top of his head.
You can't be a child like everybody else, You see everybody else walking around, talking, laughing. You can't do that.
Barbers Hill School District said it's the length of George's hair that violates the dress code for males, because it extends below the top of a t-shirt collar, the eyebrows, or the earlobes when let down. But George's attorney argued in court Thursday that school code violates the state's Crown Act, which prohibits discrimination against a hair texture or protective hairstyle commonly or historically associated with race. But a district judge ruled in favor of the school district, saying the Crown Act does not protect hair length, adding that it is not his job to rewrite the law.
There's a difference between rewriting text and interpreting ambiguous text. It didn't say length is irrelevant with respect to the statute. It simply was silent on the question of length.
When you grow locks, braids, or twists, it takes a certain amount of length.
State Representative Ron Reynolds, who helped write the Crown Act, testified Thursday that although the length is not specified in the law, it is inferred with the very nature of the style. The school district said other students with locks comply with its length policy. Georgia's attorney said they will appeal the decision. For CBS Mornings, I'm Omar Villafranca.
Okay, so, all right. You would think that we have gotten past, a lot of these things with the extreme ideas that are out here right now. I guess when it comes to the state of Texas, you can't have no long hair. You can't be out there with no long hair because I guess it's against the law in the state. And when I see this young man and the look in his eyes, so do we cut his hair? Benjamin, how would you feel if somebody says, okay, you can't have your hair a certain way?
Discriminated against, man.
Right.
Discriminated against.
And the judge upheld this. So what I'm saying is, in a time where we're discussing issues of gender, discussing issues of male and female, you got this young black male that's out here with his hair in braids. I wear my hair in braids. But it's the length, I guess. I guess if it goes past the shoulder, when it's a young man, then that's a violation. But here we go, a young man fighting for his hairstyle. Black man, every time you look up, we got blacks fighting for all kinds of things. And, we talk about the youth and then you see this. And somebody said, Tory, you won't believe this. And I didn't. I said, ain't no way they got this. Ain't no way they got this going on right now. And I looked at the story, and I had to bring it to Truth Nation. I had to let y'all see this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. That this is what's going on. Lauren in the chat says, stop sending your kids to schools with dress codes, violating them, and then complaining about it later. Not really a city girl said, imagine worrying about hair length instead of education. Texas really has its priorities backwards. And then Maurice M says, well, it's Texas, and I think he changed schools. Like I said, these kids, we talk about all the different battles, and I had to watch it, Benjamin, because somebody said that this young man was in court because of his hairstyle. I said, what? He didn't commit a crime? He ain't out here being a kill boy. He ain't out here doing all the things that, we usually say, okay, we got to stop. He got a hairstyle. And he can't go to school. You can't even make none of this up, Truth Nation. This happened last year in October. Hey. We got a long way to go. That's all I'm gonna leave it right there. We got a long ways to go. And y'all wonder why we as the black community, we want results. We can't even wear our hair to school. It was something in Wisconsin where they were saying they had to make a law that we can braid hair without having a license. This was just a couple years ago. Okay? So what is going on with the braids? Why y'all care? People braid their hair. People do this. They've been doing this since my grandma was. This is nothing new. But they saying that if a person was braiding hair without a license, it's illegal. How you gonna stop somebody from braiding hair? Yeah, how you measuring that? Then we had to make a law for that. Well. With all the issues in Texas schools, hair length was the priority. Make it make sense. School policy, not really a city girl chimes in. Okay, so it's another story. I got to move on. It's another story that's going on in Detroit, and we got to talk about this because we say a lot of y'all believe in a lot of the mission statements, and it's fine. But when the mission statement goes wrong, that's when we had a problem. Because we want people to be, when they wearing a badge, to be upstanding with the badge. You know what I mean? They're getting paid to protect But there's a story that's coming out right now. It's spreading across the internet, Truth Nation. It's coming out of Detroit. And this story is crazy. A Detroit police officer caught allegedly sending explicit messages to stepdaughter. Man of the law, his daughter, a 12-year-old girl, a 6th grader, falls prey to the predator, her stepfather. Hey, look, we got some video if y'all watching as we broadcast live on 101.7 The Truth. I can't believe how it's 2025, Benjamin. And it seems like things are just continuing to get more and more questionable and outrageous. Well, we got the video if you're watching live, Truth Nation. Let's listen.
The city's finest now has Officer Earl Anderson Jr. facing charges of sex crimes against a child.
Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack has more on the text messages that were allegedly found on his stepdaughter's phone.
Or it gets even worse. It wasn't just any police officer. It's the 12-year-old little girl's stepdad, apparently been with her mom for the last 5 years.
What do you say to this guy if he was standing right here?
I'll just be disgusted.
Cannot blame him one bit. His daughter, a 12-year-old girl, a 6th grader, nearly falls prey to a predator, her own stepdad.
I'm thankful that I caught it so soon because it could have been worse.
The girl's biological dad, Brandon Harris, outing the Detroit police officer on social media this week, sharing the messages that 37-year-old Earl Anderson allegedly sent at 2 in the morning last month.
I'm gonna treat you like you grown. That's what really got me, and delete these messages and just grooming.
Anderson apparently telling the girl he'd treat her like she was a grown-up, urged her to find secret ways to chat with him, and repeatedly told her to delete the messages, specifically so her dad didn't see. The little girl didn't bite, actually just the opposite, handing over the messages to her aunts.
She just felt like something was off, and I really salute her. Like I said, I thank her every day, still now.
And then Brandon went to Detroit police. The chief there, Todd Bettison, tells Fox 2 Anderson was suspended immediately, and they're working to get him off the payroll as soon as possible.
What do you want the lesson to be for parents?
Just be aware, check them phones.
Anderson charged with 1 count of accosting a child for immoral purposes and given a whopping $200,000 cash bond. His daughter will eventually have to face him in court.
She got some anger building her, but she just walking around with a smile on her face.
Now, Brandon Harris does have another daughter, a 10-year-old little girl who was around Anderson, but we're told there has not been any inappropriate contact uncovered. Now, Warren police, they do want to know if there's more victims out there.
Hey,
Jessica Dupnack on the
If he's doing
Edge.
this to his own stepdaughter, what is he doing to the kids out there that he don't know? Now, this is a police officer sending these messages, I'm going to treat you like a grown, I'm going to do this to you like whatever he was trying to say. And talk about keep it a secret. And we talk about this all the time, grooming. Check the text messages, making sure y'all are online, being active. You know what I mean? They said they suspended him. What I'm saying is, okay, you can't trust nobody around these kids. I'm going to just tell you this. Don't be trusting these grown-ups. And then this the stepfather, so if she coming by the mama house, what was going to happen after that? What was going to happen? See, a lot of y'all women, y'all get with these men, and they really after your kids. And sometimes that be the truth. Y'all, I know y'all, you got to vet these, they'll get with you because you got a lot of y'all with a lot of these kids and y'all raising these kids as a single parent and these dudes come in y'all life. Sometimes they coming in your life because you got these girls or these boys. They got access to the kids because you got the kids. You got to be careful. You got to be careful because this is the move. A person who like kids or who want access to kids, they're going to get around kids, whether they're a teacher, they're going to get into space, a counselor, they're going to get into space where they have access to the kids. And sometimes the easiest way to get access to children is through maybe a single mother with children, with multiple kids. And so they'll get you wooed up, take you out, you know what I mean, wine and dine you, get you all primed up, and now you saying, okay, we can live together, and now they got access to the babies. It's a sad game, but that's what's happening. And this is a police officer, and I've been saying this. The thirst for these kids is outrageous. These people is willing to go through extreme measures to get close to these kids. I'm telling you, every other day I'm on the phone with a parent with a child on the internet that then ran off, that then been groomed. This whole time sitting in the front room. I've been saying this for years. I've been trying to tell y'all to make sure that we understand that there's another ideal out here that you can't see sometimes, and that's in those phones. Y'all too busy looking for the relationship. Y'all trying to get the code from y'all significant other, look in that phone. But y'all not looking in the kid's phone. DJ Brotha Z. Not DJ Brotha Z. Ben Jammin. They want to find out what's in your phone. You know, I've seen people fighting online all the time. Talk about they want the passcode to the relationship phone. But they ain't looked in their kids' phone at all. Kids run around all day. You ain't checked the tablet or nothing, but you trying to get the code to the person you dating or to the person you in a relationship. You trying to get that. You trying to get the passcode to look and see what they doing. But you ain't checked one time on the kids while they on Roblox, while they on these games, while they in these apps on TikTok, in the groomer, in the inbox, and you ain't even seen it. Hey, that's what's happening. But that's why we got the Tory Lowe show, so you can understand the importance, because these stories go on every day. I'm telling you, when I leave this station, I see it all the time, and I've been trying to tell y'all. That's why I talk about it so much, because I got to track these kids down now. Another example, a police officer. Sick, stepfather, sick. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what profession or title you got. These folks that's after these kids, they don't have no color. They don't have no morals. They don't care who it is. And we got to fight against it. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have more discussion. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Links Incorporated, in partnership with Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, presents the 2025 Black Family Wellness Expo this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Thrive on King. Join dozens of vendors, experience cooking demonstrations, receive basic health care services such as blood pressure checks, and learn your blood type. You can even make a blood donation, which is so important to our community. It's a day filled with wellness activities for the whole family. That's the Black Wellness Expo this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Thrive on King. See you there.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. We talk a lot about the unprecedented quality and service you get from Pella, but talking to the people who work there, you can tell how much they genuinely love what they do. Helping fulfill people's dreams is very rewarding to them, and it shows through their tremendous efforts. Pella consultants take the time to listen to each customer, finding the right solution that works for their home. They know that everyone's situation is different. Maybe you have a historic home you're renovating, or it's a new build with unique finishes. Pella designers can customize windows and doors to perfectly match any one-of-a-kind abode. They're with you from start to finish. It's like having a friend on call throughout the project and beyond. They don't disappear after the sale. Right now, take advantage of windows as low as $32 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Certain restrictions apply. Ends March 31st, 2025. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I've been sipping on this juice and Patron, trying to hide my feelings like my tooth had been gone. So I hate getting text how I'm doing this morning. But I'd rather go deeper. What do you do when you mourn? Are you crying real tears, sending teardrops? When you go through stranger things, do you binge watch? Are you just riding with your brother because your friends watch funny videos you make of them on your TikTok? I need to know who fake around me. Like who could tell a bold-faced line, be laying bare naked around me? I had trust for those that I chose to put beside me. 1 week we did a robbery, next week they chose to rob me. What a scary night. With a gun in my head, I gave him my bread like this thief made air slice. I got away, spun the block, thinking what was right. Should I let this man live or should I take his life? I got friends that know my losses.
101.7 The Truth.
Who gon' love me like them?
Tory Lowe Show. Truth Nation, it's that time of the year for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 12th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we will be cleaning up the city of Milwaukee. Also, to show appreciation, everyone who joins gets a free lunch provided by Cousin Subs. Again, that's the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup on Saturday, April 12th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bring the whole family out to help us clean the city. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is presented by MKE. By 1MKE, we are 1MKE, and sponsored by Cousin Subs. All right, Benjamin, I know I gotta discuss this. This usually would be pop culture, but when it get into the lawsuit side, I gotta bring it into the regular segment. We gotta go with this story, Truth Nation. Comedian Drewski and football player wide receiver Odell Beckham have been named in a amended gang rape lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs. What do you think about this situation, Benjamin? They're saying that this happened. This was filed. The amendment was filed in October by Ashley Parham, who accused Diddy of sexual assault and battery, abuse, false imprisonment, and kidnapping. Amended the complaint and added the names of Drewski and Odell Beckham. Hey.
Yeah.
Drewski said that in 2018, he wasn't even famous.
Crazy talk, man. Crazy talk. You know, what I will say, though, Tory and Truth Nation out there, when it comes out to this Drewski and Odell Beckham situation, I find it, kind of troublesome that all these black men who have become successful, whether it's the advent of sports or the advent of comedy, that they seem to be targets on people's list. Like, hopefully this girl's story isn't true. Like, I don't want this story to be true whatsoever. I don't want
you like Drewski.
Yeah, I like Drewski. I like Odell, but ultimately, I'm for women. I've been seeing arguments out here now saying that they don't know if they can even trust women's statements anymore.
Because of what happened with Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
What's happened with Jay-Z and how many other allegations have came and gone, have came and went when it comes down to accusing one of these celebrities. You know, I would like for anybody who does go through some kind of victim cases as such and actually going through something as severe as rape, I hope those allegations are true, you know, and I hope the story to be true so we can actually get real rapists out of here.
Right.
You know, but when people use these ideas as scapegoats, weaponize it to get some money out of it, that's when you start to tarnish the actual idea of the victims and the things that they actually have to go through. I think that's messed up, man. And again, like I said before, I hope Drewski didn't do these things. I hope Odell Beckham didn't do these things. I hope that girl didn't have to experience those ideas. But at the same time, we have to be real about the situation. You know, it seems to me that a lot of black men who, when they come up on some kind of money or, you know, they become successful for a long amount of time, these allegations begin to arise. And I'm not certain about Drewski's incident because Drewski goes on to say, look, in 2018, I wasn't even famous. I was still living in my mom's crib, you know, and then Odell Beckham, he was still playing football, but, you know, it's just one of these things that, you know, if this is real, man, show me the video. You know, if this is 2018, show me the video. If this really happened in Diddy's house, Diddy had all the tapes of all the other sexcapades he did.
Right.
Show me the video.
And that's what I've been saying the whole time. This Epstein list that never came out. They said they was going to try to put it out.
Right.
It's like, why do these people get some type of protection?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if Lil Ray and them did something, it's on Fox 6 News. It's out here in the public.
Today.
Right now. Live. Reporting outside the house.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then these rich people, you know, they do this stuff, and it's a secret. Nobody knows. They got video.
Mm-hmm.
You know they got the videotapes. You know they got the list. They teasing the public. I mean, this is crazy to me.
I think it's strategic on the prosecutor's end, so to speak, right? Like in the case of Diddy, not saying that Diddy didn't do it, not saying that Diddy did do it. However, you know, how about we just hang this over your head for a long amount of time up until the public believes these things to be true. So by that time, you know, we can actually not only publicly hang you, but get rid of your career all in all. Like, you know, I think time and time again back to Bill Cosby and why Bill Cosby's name got ran through the mud and nobody came out to protect him and all these other things. Because at this point, even in the black community, Bill Cosby is kind of shunned away. You know, although he was America's dad, you know, he went on to create great programming, great black programming for black people. We actually needed his programming. We needed the different world. You know, we needed to see what it would be like to experience young children in the ages between 18 and 24 and what they looked like actually going to college. We needed to see that kind of programming. However, you know, through the 10 years of his life, people used different scenarios that he had or actually experienced against him to demonize him and ultimately for the black community to hang him. Now he's just out and about, you know. So same thing with all these other gentlemen. Same thing like a Diddy.
Right.
Diddy gave us 30 years of his life, you know, influenced us and inspired us. Well, he inspired myself. He inspired Benjamin to go out and become who I am today. In all honesty, yeah. Y'all gotta take that, man, because ultimately, you know, sometimes you can't throw the good out with the bad.
Ye said free Diddy.
Hey, you know what? There are a lot more people out here who do more vicious crimes. However, what I will say is people who do commit crimes need to be punished for their crimes.
Right.
And if that's what they did, you got to serve the time. Do the crime, you got to do the time.
Well,
but as far as the good things that person did, I will never forget it.
Well, Drewski, 30 years old, claimed saying that these are false claims. He goes on to say that allegations is a fabricated lie.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote this on X this past Sunday. I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke living with my mom without any connections to the entertainment industry at the time of these allegations. So the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I am fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and the individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives. And then Beckham goes on to say under the post, boy, I tell you what, this world makes absolutely no sense. I am covered by God. He will prevail. The name will be cleared. It's stupid. This is what they're saying. Hey, it's a lot going on with this. But like I said, when you talk about all of the things that are going on in Hollywood, a lot of people are raising an eyebrow. But like I said, at the same time, look what happened with Jay-Z and what they exposed with Jay-Z and that lawyer and that attorney that now is coming out that he forced that girl to include Jay-Z in this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
it's just one of them things, man. And like, there's other people with allegations saying, "Oh, I know Drewski did it, and I know Odell Beckham did it." Want to know why? Because they both got the top of their hair bleached.
Oh wow!
All right,
twins.
They twins out here. All right, so that's one of the reasons why. And y'all don't know because y'all ain't going far enough down the rabbit hole to understand this is how the Illuminati works. As above, so below. That's why they got the blonde hair on top and the black underneath. That's why. Y'all just not woke enough. That's what some people are saying.
Oh, wow.
So, hey, but call in, Truth Nation.
Hey, well, we got Greg on the lines. Greg, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
All right, Tory, and Ben. I have a mixed feeling about it, but I really don't believe they haven't brought any real evidence about all this stuff, all these hundreds of escapades.
Right.
Everybody that doing this stuff was a participant. They wanted to get down like that.
They came to the party ready for it.
Yeah, they knew what time it was. They didn't. I'm innocent in this. Nah, you wanted to get down in that too.
Plus, in certain parts of the Hollywood, a lot of this is just regular activity. I mean, I'm not for it or against it. I'm just saying it's lifestyles that do this.
When you got all the money in the world and you got all the time in the world, ain't no telling what you can do.
Right. They make movies about it. They put it in your face all the time.
Yeah. I mean, P. Diddy, there was always speculation with everything that happened with Biggie, but I thought that was an honest relationship. He picked this guy up out the streets or whatever, and they made music. I don't think it was no ill stuff going on. But whatever you was doing, hey man, you got that money, you can do what you want to do.
Got enough money to buy all that baby oil.
Baby oil, yeah. You buy all the baby oil you want.
Hey.
Yeah, you right, man.
Hey.
We'll see how it play out. It ain't over. The man is in some dire straits, but we'll see how it play out.
All right, Greg. I appreciate you for tapping in. When we come back, we'll be joined on the lines by advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Women's History Month. Listen to one of our incredible Truth teammates highlight the remarkable achievements of Black women throughout history.
What's up, Truth Nation? It's your girl, Noni Juice. And for Women's History Month, I want to highlight my girl, one of my faves, Issa Rae. Issa Rae, born on January 12, 1985, is a multifaceted talent in the entertainment industry. industry. Best known for her role as the creator and star of the HBO series Insecure, Issa Rae has become a prominent figure in reshaping narratives around contemporary Black experiences. Born in Los Angeles, Issa Rae developed her passion for storytelling at an early age. Her journey to prominence began with the creation of the web series The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl in 2011, showcasing her unique comedic voice and garnering a dedicated online following. This success laid the foundation for Insecure, a critically acclaimed series that premiered on HBO in 2016. Issa Rae's portrayal of the lead character Issa D resonated with audiences, earning her widespread acclaim. Beyond acting, Issa Rae is a trailblazing producer committed to amplifying underrepresented voices in the industry. She founded Issa Rae Productions, contributing to projects like A Black Lady Sketch Show and Little, showcasing her dedication to fostering diversity and inclusion. In addition to her impact on screen, Issa Rae has received numerous accolades for her contributions, including Golden Globe nominations and Primetime Emmy Awards recognition. Her influence extends beyond entertainment, making her a powerful force in shaping the cultural landscape. Issa Rae's career exemplifies resilience, creativity, and a commitment to breaking barriers. So thank you, Issa Rae, for paving the way and being a beautiful representation for young women like me in the entertainment industry and beyond. We know you're always down to root for everybody Black.
Tune in to The Truth as we celebrate the greatness of Black women all month long.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. State Street is the latest firm on Wall Street to drop diversity goals. State Street's investing group is shelving gender diversity targets for company boards. Speaking about the growing number of firms dropping DEI, Bloomberg Equality reporter Simone Foxman says that businesses that work with the federal government are under pressure.
Trump's executive orders set out a couple of things, but one of them was that anyone doing business with the government has to promise that they are not doing any, quote, illegal DEI, and then also instructed various federal agencies to actually draw up a list of companies that they oversee or are in their remit to go investigate for policies that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion.
A lot of firms have federal contracts and are doing their best to fall in line. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneib. Free agency is underway as the Packers have reportedly signed former 49ers guard Aaron Banks to a 4-year, $77 million deal. The latest report is Elton Jenkins will move to center for 2025. Also in free agency, the Packers staying busy. Former Las Vegas Raiders cornerback Nate Hobbs has agreed to a 4-year, $48 million deal with the team as well. Over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks will take on the Pacers in Indiana tonight. Head coach Doc Rivers with a message for his team to begin the week.
Back-to-back nights, I thought the difference in the two teams' trust ball movement was visual. We've had it. We've lost it the last couple of games, and we got to get it back.
They'll try to find it tonight with a tip-off set for 6:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Remember, FDIC.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Sometimes I just feel like everything off.
No, it shouldn't feel like that. It's not the end. It's never the end. No.
All the right turns that went wrong, all that heartbreak that I felt, was that all meant for this song? Am I really here to do right? Are you reading texts sent to my phone? Yeah, I could've hit last night, but I got a girl and told her move on, so she moved on. And it be like that. I turned 2-5 and it be like that. Bodies in the air hang from trees like that. Bodies on the floor, OD like that. The whole damn world want me like that, but the devil got their hearts and I need mine back. So I have to fight back. So please don't be scared if I don't get.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Being jamming on the ones and twos. Joining me on the lines, advocate, author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy Tuesday.
Hey, happy Tuesday. We had this have a lot of discussion going on. I'm gonna start with this. Survival, hunting. surviving skills. If the electricity go out, how are we going to survive? I was opening up the lines. Do people know how to hunt? Go out in the woods, hunt, fish, start fires, things like that.
Absolutely not. Especially those of us who have been, and again, the way that they trained us, this is why we in the city. So we don't have, you want something to eat, you run to the grocery store. If the power go out, but one thing about, I know for facts, that we going to make a way out of no way. I had the greatness of my father, who was a hunter, who was an outside type guy who, showed us how, we went camping and stuff like that. I was blessed to have had that. But a lot of us know, and that's the sad part, how we've been brainwashed to believe that it was a benefit, that you are doing better than most because you didn't have to do that. But in reality, if something go left, those of us that don't know how to do that will not survive unless you run into somebody that knows how. That's why, again, it's a powerful topic to have because these are things you need to be thinking about. If you have to beg for anybody to feed you, they can control you. My father used to always say you can't trust a hungry dog because it's going to be loyal to anybody that can feed it, not just to you, So the reality is for you to right now think about that. Do you know that even when your power is out, that you can take 2 teaspoons of rice, pour some vegetable oil or olive oil in there, cut a Q-tip, and stick it down inside the rice and the olive oil, and that will burn for days as a candle, It's things like that you have to learn. How to filter water, because if the pumps go out, we already get lead poisoned, due to the tap water. But if you haven't been,
the lead ladder,
if you don't have absolutely, and if you don't have the ability, again, like we seen it per the pandemic, how people were rushing out and fighting over cases of water. If you haven't been stockpiling, just in case, then your livelihood and your family's lives could be at danger, because we know that in any tragic time, there's 3 levels. It's 3 phases. That first phase, people are, wiping each other out, trying to get the little things, and you can avoid that, the first phase. You can avoid the second phase if you prepare. You can even avoid the third stage, because by that time, everything that was chaotic then kind of slimmed down. Now you just have to protect what's in your house, what's around your house, and the village that you done created within a period of time where people going crazy, because now it's individuals who didn't prepare trying to come into your house or, into the neighborhood because they done survived phase 1, phase 2, and now, phase 3. So you have a better chance of survival when you prepare yourself prior to, and that with the ability of the whispers of wars that's happening, that America might, because we stick our nose in everybody's business, So if the power were to go out, if we don't have clean water, do you have enough sense to know that how far you need to defecate away from your house where it don't upset the soil? You understand what I'm saying? Where you will be living, walking, sleeping, and eating from. If you don't know, now is the time. It's a great conversation to have, because right now, this is what we need to be talking about. Because with everything going on, you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
We done seen the glitches. And the part about that is preparation. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
And that's what I've been trying to tell people. Like, we got to have these conversations so we can plant seeds of, okay, what would I do? You know what I mean? Can I go hunt? Do I have enough for me and my family to survive? Do I have the skills to manage if everything's shut down and something happens to the grid or something? Because other communities are having this conversation. They talking about
Absolutely.
it, don't they? Podcast, they bringing it up. They trying to get their people in a space where they can work together just in case something take place. You know, these are the things that
we were talking about with the TikTok. How China, their kids are being taught how survival-wise. When they scrolling, their algorithms are showing them things that's going to prepare them. They learn from K4 on how to cook for themselves, how to survive for themselves. When you look at American children and what they on the iPads looking at, it has nothing to do with survival. You understand what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with real life because, again, those skills adults don't even have. How to boil water. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
How you can use thought and things to prolong your vegetables. How you can wash your vegetables and put them in a glass jar and tighten the top, and it'll last. Instead of it spoiling in 2 days, you can have it for a week. You know, we done lost the power to learn how to can. Exactly. That you can use ash from a fire. If you doing a fire pit like they did back in the day, you can take that ash from the wood, from the fires that you have in the summertime, and save that. You can put fresh tomatoes in there and cover it around it, make sure they're not touching, and it'll last for a month. So while you have the ability to be scroll for something that's going to prepare you for your survival, because survival of the fittest is not only your physical health. It's about knowledge being power.
Right.
Because, again, we don't know what's coming from one day to the next, because one thing for sure and two for certain, the government don't tell us nothing until it's happening.
They react.
They ring the alarm when we in the midst of it. It's too late.
Mastermind in the chat, Mastermind says there are males out here who can barely change a tire. I know they don't know how to hunt.
Amen. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And again, like I said, you know, and it's not their fault. When you think about the lives because they got us believing that since we don't have to do that we're living a better life, and we're unable to do certain things. They have enabled us on purpose. Because if we have to rely on them for anything, that means we have to rely on them for everything. Again, the same way they tell you, just pray about it. If you're praying, you're not working. If you're just praying. Prayer without work is dead. You have to make sure you have the ability to not only get on your knees and pray, but get up on your feet and do some work.
It goes together.
Absolutely. And you can't have one without the other in thinking that it's going to benefit you. No. So they've trained us, and we've trained our children because we said for ourselves, I want my kid to have a better life, and we took away the foundation of what it is we had to survive. When you seeing kids out here who making the minimum decisions and they depressed. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're thinking we done gave them a better life, and we technically done enabled them because a lot of them don't know how to survive.
Hey,
they don't even know the first thing there is to survive. You know what I'm saying? Outside of what they norm is, which is walking into a store and buying it. But if the stores is no longer open, what you gonna do? You know, if you only got the greens that's in your yard, because, again, they taught us to go against everything that's in nature. We wearing shoes on our feet, not knowing that connection from the earth of walking barefooted is leveling all the toxins and things like that in our body, and wondering why we're so depressed because, again, everything that's natural that's out here to balance us, we've been taught it was poison. We've been taught it was bad. We've been taught that it was negative to our health, and in reality, it was actually what we needed to be healthy.
Like the dandelions.
Exactly. Tory, you can clean a dandelion. You can use the whole dandelion.
All right. Well, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's Dr. Ken Harris, and you can watch me now live on YouTube every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., and you can watch the best radio show in Wisconsin by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Watch me explore the issues which are shaping our community while also having fun discussions, pop culture, current events, all kind of stuff going on right here on YouTube right now by subscribing to 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. We talk a lot about the unprecedented quality and service you get from Pella, but talking to the people who work there, you can tell how much they genuinely love what they do. Helping fulfill people's dreams is very rewarding to them, and it shows through their tremendous efforts. Pella consultants take the time to listen to each customer, finding the right solution that works for their home. They know that everyone's situation is different. Maybe you have a historic home you're renovating, or it's a new build with unique finishes. Pella designers can customize windows and doors to perfectly match any one-of-a-kind abode. They're with you from start till finish. It's like having a friend on call throughout the project and beyond. They don't disappear after the sale. Right now, take advantage of windows as low as $32 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Certain restrictions apply. Ends March 31st, 2025. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Finding stable housing shouldn't be a struggle. The Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center connects renters, property owners, and partners to the resources they need, whether it's rental assistance, legal aid, mediation, or tenant education. No matter what your situation is, you do not have to go at it alone. Get assistance today by visiting renthelpmke.org. That is renthelpmke.org, or stop by their office at 728 North James Lovell Street in Milwaukee. At the Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center, they are here for all your housing needs.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Just product and bundle, They say I'm rapping with hunger. I tell them, hell no, I'm eating. If you book me for a show and I can't bring my wife and my babies, I'm leaving. Big Daddy energy speaking. I keep the enemy tweaking. I can go all on the track and they'll say I'm the hardest one breathing. I am a beacon for heathen. Me and my hood got cohesion. It's on me, keep with them 30 inch. So they bless you when they know what's next.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Been jamming on the ones and twos. Elizabeth Brown, another powerful conversation today. Let me get your final thoughts.
Absolutely. I mean, again, thank you. That's all I can say, because these are real conversations that we need to be having and preparing ourselves mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually as well, because, again, trying time, drastic measures need to be taken, and the main idea is survival. And a lot of times we're getting caught up on bills and things like that, but when those hunger pains hit, it hit different. You know, when your money is no longer good because the banks is locked down, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Are you prepared for the next 3 months if the power go out, for the next 6 months? Again, everybody is struggling, so even if you can buy an extra can of food, you know, you need to have something stored just in case. You know, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And that's the main idea, that we need to be thinking outside the grid, especially with everything that's happening around the world. We have to start thinking globally and taking action locally. In my Huey P. Newton voice. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So, hey, powerful.
Hey, look, well, I appreciate you for being on these front lines as usual. We got a lot of work to do, Queen.
Hey, as always, King, I'm here for it. Let's get it.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right, Benjamin.
Out there, Tory, Lowe from 104. Let's get it.
Hey, look, Truth Nation, I appreciate y'all for tapping into the show today. Join me tomorrow for another powerful conversation. Hey, look, y'all be safe. Keep your head on the swivel. Look both ways before you cross the street, and green don't always mean go. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Treat you like a slave, with chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that Chateau made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me.
The Links Incorporated, in partnership with Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, presents the 2025 Black Family Wellness Expo this